What we want to get a sense of in this show is that the Victorian era had a lot to do with our life today, and that during that time, it was really the first time that people, artists, engaged with industrial society, engaged with the world around them, and tried to make it better, using art as a way to critique what was wrong and to offer a new future.
Another important part of the exhibition is that this is the first time we are seeing this amazing collection from the Birmingham Museum Trust outside of England. To see all these objects together in conversation with each other. A painting next to the books that the same artist designed, and next to the artworks of their own teachers and the generation that is before them, and they are reacting against, and next to the generation that is coming after them, Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood after them, and these guys are inspiring them.
I think everyone walking into this show will be really surprised by the colors, the brilliant colors. If we look at this painting by William Holman Hunt, you can just see how vivid, how sharp these colors are, from the pink of these amazing pants this guy is wearing on the right to this red garment that's draped over the figure here. It's very vivid, it's very immediate. These paintings were painted by young men. It's a young man's art, and they're rebellious paintings because these were made to contradict the whole history of art. If you imagine yourself walking through an art museum, there's a lot of very brown-looking paintings, there's a lot of religious paintings, there's a lot of very respectful, beautiful paintings. This is disrespectful art. This is art which has an attitude. These are the paintings by Victorian radicals who don't follow the rules. So the thing I love about this picture is that although it takes its subject from Shakespeare, and I could go through all the names and all the rest of it, in the end, it's a situation you could encounter in modern life. This guy has made a really inappropriate assault on this young woman, and his friend has grabbed him by the neck, pulled him away from her. It's a pretty horrifying situation. He's holding the back of his neck because he's been hurt, and this friend is looking at his friend with absolute disgust and horror. It's a situation you could imagine seeing in the street. It's painted not from the faces of models that you might hire, professional models. It's painted from the faces of regular people. They had their friends pose for these poses for these paintings, so that they're real faces of real people in real situations. And that reality is carried over to the landscape, where every single leaf, the moss on the side of the tree, this mushroom here which has been kicked over in the scuffle, every detail is painted with absolute truth. One
of the things that we hear over and over is that take your time with artworks. They're so detailed. Even a simple portrait that we have here. This is a work by William Holman Hunt, and this is a portrait of his good friend and artist, Dante Gabriel Rossetti. The sensibilities of the work is very interesting, and if you look at the work, he's really having his head down a little bit in the work, and that's because when this work was drawn by Hunt when Gabriel Rossetti was young. They were drawing each other, they were sketching each other, so they were sitting in a group and doing this, so that's why the head goes down and up, and you can see that there is a little bit of a tilt of the head, which makes it very humble and close. And then, of course, he painted it based on that drawing after Gabriel Rossetti died.
Well, one thing that's quite unusual about this exhibition is that it's not just paintings and drawings. It also includes metalwork, textiles, ceramics, and it includes a lot of objects made by women artists in the 19th century. This was the moment when women were campaigning for the vote and when women were taking a much bigger role in society. So there are a lot of objects made by female practitioners. There are a lot of different kinds of things. And I think what probably is the most exciting part about this is it's the first time that artists had to deal with the question of the machine-made object. So the title of the exhibition is Victorian Radicals, Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood to the Arts and Crafts Movement. It's a bit of a mouthful, but really what it means is there are 3 generations of artists in this show.
Throughout you will enjoy it because it's a very delicate story that the whole exhibition is saying. So I really think if you come here, you will come back again.
We very much hope that you'll be able to come and see the show, and it's open right through Thanksgiving and through the holiday period. It's open until the last day is the 6th of January, so there's lots of opportunities to come and enjoy the challenges to our way of thinking that are presented by the Victorian Radicals.